It's Jordan. Today I'll be talking to you about why indecisiveness is dangerous and the definition behind indecisiveness. See, in this path, in this journey, we have to understand the importance of making strong, sound decisions. Every decision that we make in this life, we have to understand there is positive benefits behind it, negative consequences behind the decisions that we decide to make. In this life, we have to understand that every decision, there's a lesson behind those decisions that we decide to make. And we cannot be lukewarm in the decisions that we decide to make. Sometimes the decisions that we decide to make are going to be hard. But when we are indecisive, when we cannot make a decision, when it is hard for us to make a decision, and we cannot make that decision that may change our life in a positive way, then we succumb to the negatives of that decision. See, the definition behind indecisiveness is the condition or quality of being unable to decide, conclude, or resolve something. And in this life, everything that we encounter or go through, it's best that we understand that we are going to have to make a decision. A tough decision, so to speak. Some people may have to make decisions on the situation that they want to get out of. They may have issues that they need to resolve in their own personal life, whether it be with family members, friends, acquaintances, associates, so to speak, and they may not know how to make those decisions because we all have nostalgic moments with family members, friends, associates, acquaintances, so to speak, and we may not want to let go of quote unquote memories that we may have once had in the past, but we live in the present now. And we have to understand that the future is to come, and we have to make the tough decision to understand whether we still want to harbor the past or move on and move forward with our daily lives. We have to understand this. We also have to understand the decisions that we have to make in our own personal lives for the betterment of our life. The career path we decide to take, people we decide to associate ourselves with, how we decide to treat ourselves, our bodies, our minds, what we decide to fill it with, what we decide to fill our spirit with. We have to understand everything that we decide to do in this life has a cause and effect. Mentally, physically, spiritually, and financially. If we are indecisive with these things, we will not grow in the way God intended us for it to grow. And we are only prolonging our growth. The more we're indecisive is the more that we prolong our growth. Because we all are going to have to make tough decisions in this life. And to be honest, tough decisions hurt at first, but at the end of the day, everything is for the better. That's if you want to better yourselves and better your life. I don't believe when people say that you can continue to live the life that you once lived in the past and do the things that you once did in the past, and you will have a amazing present or amazing future. I believe that when you're trying to elevate yourself, when you're trying to grow, and when you're trying to change your mindset, there's going to be a lot of things that you have to change. You may have to change your environment. You may have to change the way that you look at this life, your perspective, the view on how you view this life and view yourself. And those things are hard because at the end of the day, it may be something that's new. And a new perspective is uncomfortable. understanding the truth of yourself and understanding how to hold yourself accountable isn't easy, because we all have to hold ourselves accountable sooner or later. Some try to avoid it, so to speak. Others aren't used to it. And then there's other people who just live in delusion and illusion, and they will not change. That's for them to deal with. But for the people who are trying to change, who are trying to grow, we all have to hold ourselves accountable. And sometimes the harsh truth is what actually helps us to hold ourselves accountable, because at the end of the day, if we're used to comforting lies, and we're used to people lying to us all the time, and we're used to people being fake with us all the time, then we get comfortable with that until we deal with people who don't lie to us, who tell us the truth, who actually want us to grow and be better within our personal lives. And those are the people that you keep around. People who won't lie to you, people who will be honest with you, people who actually really care for you and actually want to see you do better in this life. Those are the people that you keep around. Not the people who lie to you, who be fake with you, who don't actually care about you and want you to crash out and want you to not elevate yourselves. Those are the people that you avoid and stay away from. But in this life, we all can learn various different lessons if we open our minds to learning these lessons, if we open ourselves to growing. And we have to understand that some people will not grow no matter how old they are. But if you're able to grow, if you're able to change, if you're able to make the changes in your life that you desperately need to make those changes today. Because even a minor change in your life is important. Even doing something small in your life is important, because at the end of the day, when you do something small and you continue to do something small, then it starts to make a large rippling effect where you see time after time again your life is actually moving in a more positive direction and everything is flowing the way that it should. So at the end of the day, it's best that we understand that yes, things are going to be challenging at first, and just knowing how to make decisions isn't easy. But at the end of the day, those minor tweaks and those minor changes can make a major change in your life if you wanted to make a major change in your life. For example, just something as small as going shopping or doing something that takes you out of your element that you normally do in this life. Shopping, so to speak. You may go to the grocery store and you might not have a list of what you want to buy at the grocery store. You just go in the grocery store and just pick up things that you feel that you need in the grocery store. And you continuously do that in the grocery store. You just pick up things as you go, picking up things as you go. Now, you may have the things that you need, but also you may buy things that you don't need in the grocery store. Food that you don't need. And because you didn't go in the grocery store with a list, you didn't think about what you actually needed. You just went in there and bought a lot of things, just to buy a lot of things because you thought that you needed those things when you don't actually need those things. And in reality, many people do these things. And when you do these things on a constant basis, you're wasting time, you're wasting money, and those resources that you have are important. So think before you do things. Plan before you do things. Because many times I've saw many people who just go into stores and they don't know what they're buying, and they just spend numerous amounts of time wasting time when they could have got things that they've actually needed in order for them to be fulfilled. But instead of being indecisive, you never get what you really need in this life, and you never feel fulfilled in this life today. So I want to leave you with this scripture, and I hope that this scripture helps you in your daily personal life, and I hope that in your own life you can make keen decisions that benefit you and help you in this life today. Proverbs 11:14. For lack of guidance, a nation falls, but victory is won through many advisors. I hope in this life today that you understand the importance of your life and the importance of growth in this life today. I want to thank you for watching.